Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and sorry for the delay in content, but what I wanted to do real quick was actually just get you an update on a couple different things. One just being an update from Matt Sherman, I believe it was, in regards to the visibility in a couple different ships. And the ones that I think I know of right now would be the Merlin, the Razor, and the Cutlass, all basically giving you a weird perspective from the ship to where you end up having MFDs or dashboards basically in your way, which is going to restrict your limit to, I guess, your visibility in different ways. Now, what this does is it means that it's not a lot of fun to fly some of these ships right now, and it's not by design, and the MFDs themselves weren't actually moved. What actually happened here was that they there's like this forced offset that they have in place that's basically changing your perspective of how you're seeing out of your character, meaning that it's currently a little bit too low, and it's something they're working to address, hopefully bringing that back up and giving you a little bit better view of the horizon and things around you. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was just a couple of the roadmap items that ended up getting adjusted as we kind of were going from 3.1 to 3.2. 3.2 was supposed to be the patch that a lot of us had kind of deemed the Jesus patch because it was supposed to have so much stuff in there. Now, there were changes to 3.3 and 3.4 as well, but I'm not even going to get into 3.3 at this point because considering how much changed with 3.1 going to 3.2, who the hell knows what's going to happen with 3.3 at this point. So let's talk about a couple new things that are showing up for the roadmap for 3.2, and the first of which is the group system. And this is basically allowing you to get together with other players to work on missions together and kind of share the credits as a result of that. It also is supposed to open up some new chat features to make working in that kind of scenario a little bit easier. One thing that was supposed to be in 3.0 but ended up getting dropped because it wasn't working appropriately was quantum linking. That's going to be pretty essential for group missions, especially if you're talking about multiple different ships taking on the same mission, as well as being able to do escorting later on. Having the ability to do quantum linking is very important, especially when you start talking about interdictions. If you're not sure what quantum linking is, that means all of your quantum drives sync up together and you end up jumping at the same time and dropping out at the same time, essentially keeping your group together. Also on the roadmap now is 2.0 ship systems. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually about the manual replacement of components and kind of different parts like we see in the new Terrapin, where you can open up the kind of the bays and end up swapping things out, or if it's just giving you different options or more of them that are going to be available. So we'll just need to see what actually happens with that one. Manned turrets are supposed to be getting an improvement patch for all turrets on ships and vehicles, basically meaning that regardless of whether it's a real player or an NPC in it, the actual usability of turrets is supposed to be improved. They've talked about a lot of different ways of doing this over the year, so I'm really interested in seeing how they go about fixing this, but that is on the way. Shopping kiosks are going to be implemented, basically adding kiosks for more buying locations as well as adding more products to be available. I don't know if this is just going to be about like weapons, components, clothing, or if this is also going to extend to buying like cargo and commodities as well. Mobi-Glass is going to be seeing more improvements, basically working on the visuals and the usability of the applications. And then getting into gameplay is where we see the biggest changes, a lot of them being unfortunate. Starting off with mining. Mining is still on track for 3.2. It is still going to be coming, but if you look at the roadmap, it's not showing correctly. Basically, it looks like prospecting, extraction, refining, and selling are all gone. But that's not actually the case. What they've decided to do is all just kind of consolidate the mining career into one card on the roadmap, meaning that as of 3.2, they're still planning on all of those options being available, not just mining on planetary locations, because if you can't extract or sell it, then there's not any point in actually doing it. So I think it was Xylo that clarified that for us. As far as other things that were on track that are still going to stay, they're planning on escort gameplay still being there as part of the service beacons, sprint. But all things that are associated with refuel, repair, and salvage were all moved into 3.3. Now, if they're actually able to get all those in, great. But again, that's obviously going to be kind of a stretch. I don't know if they're able to do all of that, considering they were planning on having it done this last quarter. So I don't really know what to expect moving forward. But as of right now, they are off the roadmap for 3.2. So those are just some quick updates. I know I haven't gotten anything to you guys for a while, so if you haven't really been following the information on your own, I wanted to get that information to you now. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, please stay tuned for more. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and take care.